Hi everyone. So today we're going to take a quick look at post-concussion syndrome or PCS. We're going to look at what it is, how it affects people, and what OT can do to support recovery. And by the end of this short video, these are the objectives. You'll have a solid understanding of all the symptoms, different evaluation tools, both standardized and non-standardized, and also some examples of interventions we can use as OTs. So, what is post-concussion disorder? So, PCS or syndrome occurs when concussion symptoms last for months or even up to a year or more after the initial injury. So, what's really important to know is that there's no single test that confirms a concussion, which means diagnosing this really relies heavily on reported symptoms, any imaging to rule out serious complications, and also neurological exams. Also, this is a key point. The severity of the initial concussion doesn't predict how long someone will experience symptoms. For example, someone with a mild concussion could have prolonged symptoms, while someone with a severe one may recover more quickly. So, PCS affects people in four major symptom domains, and these symptoms can really disrupt daily functioning. So, we have some physical symptoms, which include headache, fatigue, balance problems, sleep difficulties, and nausea. We have the sensory symptoms, which it could be light sensitivity, blurred or double vision, dizziness, difficulty reading, and also sound sensitivity. And then we get into the cognitive or mental symptoms, and that could be different memory issues or loss, trouble concentrating, slow processing and thinking, and also mental fogginess. And then lastly, we have those emotional and behavioral symptoms, which could be irritability, anxiety, mood swings, depression, or even thoughts of self-harm. And when we're thinking about occupations like studying, driving, reading, working, every one of these domains can definitely interfere with those meaningful daily routines. So, how do we evaluate PCS and OT? First of all, there is no specific test that can confirm a concussion. So these are different exams that will be done to rule out other things like a physical neurological exam and just getting those subjective reports and also like CT scans, MRIs to rule out other complications. And then as for standardized assessments, these can include a major one is the Rivermead Post-Concussion Syndrome Questionnaire, and also just the simple MoCA testing, which is a screen for these cognitive impairments. And there is also other ones that relate to the symptom scale, and also this COPM is a major one, just identifying those priorities. As for non-standardized, we have just looking at the post-concussion symptom scale, um, cognitive screening and functional activity observation through different ADLs, IADLs, and also visual slash ocular motor checks to look at that vestibular system, as well as balance. And we look closely at this because dizziness and visual issues are extremely common in this population. So as for OT intervention approaches, this treatment is not like a one size fit all. It's definitely multimodal and highly individualized. And here are just some of the core areas we focus on. Cognitive rehabilitation, we're focusing on attention, memory, and executive functioning using strategies like the goal, plan, do, check, and the co-op approach, different external aids for support, and also a graded attention task. We have visual and ocular motor training, exercises that work on smooth pursuits, saccades, convergence work, and activities like the heart chart as a home exercise program can help reduce that visual strain and improve reading endurance. We also have vestibular imbalance rehab. This is where we address any dizziness and balance issues through different exercises and also dynamic balance tasks. Um, a big one is activity tolerance and pacing. As OTs, we can teach energy conservation, planned rest breaks, and creating graded return to activity plans to help the clients avoid any symptom flare-ups. And that just comes with AADL and IADL retraining, looking at these routines like studying, meal prep, community mobility, and just managing those sensory triggers in real time. And this is all done through a multidisciplinary approach. It requires a lot of collaboration between the care team, OT, PT, any medical provider, psychology, and any school support teams, especially for the youth and students. And this is just one systematic review I found, and it's just supports the evidence that interventions to improve occupational performance of youth with these symptoms. And these are just like some of the ways that I already kind of mentioned, with the key takeaway being combining all of these can really help support performance and return to these meaningful roles. And for the case study, so Alex is a 24-year-old student with these persistent symptoms of 18 months after his last concussion. He experiences headaches, visual problems, fatigue, and cognitive fog that affects his ac academic, social life, and identity as an athlete. So for Alex, we really want to look at energy conservation and symptom management education. Also looking at that cognitive training with structured routines, vision and vestibular exercises, and a graded return to school and sport plan, as well as that psychosocial support is so important as he's rebuilding these daily roles. And again, these are just some of the domains, different assessment methods we can use and how we can approach his intervention. Again, these are just some of the ways we can help Alex return back to his daily roles. And overall, PCS is very complex, but as OTs, we do play a critical role in helping clients managing symptoms, rebuilding routines, and returning to meaningful occupations. So thank you for watching and hope this helps you feel more confident about understanding and explaining PCS. Thank you.